Hi, in this video I am going to show you the MS Office PowerPoint basic tools. So we will learn the list of tools that we have needed in day-to-day life. So most importantly, when we have needed to create a PowerPoint, at that time few tools are very much helpful but we don't know. So in this video you will learn all those basic tools using which you can make your PowerPoint presentation more creative and more attractive. So see the video till the last so that you could able to learn all those basic concepts which are needed. So let's begin. Let me create a new fresh Microsoft PowerPoint file. This is named as test. Now this is going to open, and now I have to cover all these listed points so that you could able to understand it better. So first of all, formatting. So before going towards the formatting, we have few styles of slides. For example, by default this is for heading and this is for content, right? For example, we needed this type of pattern. We can also follow it. This is the heading section and this is content section, and we have also few more. For example, you have needed more boxes here. For example, this is heading and this is subheading and this is again subheading and this is content, right? And this is again content section, right? So in this way you would have multiple sections in which according to your need you can use. So there are few more, so you can explore it one by one, and even when you have needed you can use it. So we have also blank. For example, we have no need of any box, then you can also create it blank. So you can also yes, right now I am going to delete all of them and I'm going to create a brand new one. So here is some heading and here is the content which actually describe the topic, right? So right now I'm going to formatting all this text in the same way like I have discussed in the Microsoft Office Word. If you haven't seen that video, please watch that video so that you could able to understand it better, right? Because fundamental formatting tools are already discussed there. So a quick discussion over here would be, for example, you want to make it bold, you can make it bold, italic, underlined, and even for example this is what, yes, little bit more bold, right? So you can also increase the size, decrease the size, and from here you can also change the font size, right? And here is the font family. According to your requirement you can choose it, right? So here is, for example, sentential lowercase, but this is not actually going to be that type of content. Why? Because this is the font family that has the fixed format, right? So we have to create it another. So this is dummy text, right? So for example, I want to make it small, lowercase, everything would be lowercase. If you want to make it uppercase, everything would be uppercase. Capitalize means every word has the starting letter in capital, right? Toggle means whichever would be capital, those would become small, and smaller would become capital, right? So in this way you can play with all those things, and you can also format these center, right, justified, left, right? So two columns, and for example you want to make it for example, right, yes, we have selected here 2 columns, because of which this become in 2 column, right? If you want to make it 1 column, then it would be in 1 column. So 3 column, you can also divide it in 3 column, right? So in this way you can play with all these tools, right? More columns according to your requirement, you can also insert here, right? So and one more thing, for say example, you want to color it in red, so this would become red. And yes, this was all about. And even if you want to use the background, so you can also make it yellow. Border, you can also give the border to it, right? So according to your requirement you can do it. And here is shape effect. Yes, in this way you can also keep it. So according to your requirement you have to do it, right? So now next slide. In the next here, what I'm going to do is, I have actually needed a blank slide, right? So over here, for say example, you have a blank slide and you want the text here anywhere else, you would click here and click anywhere. So this is the text available, right? So in this text you can do different things. For example, you want to change the size, make it bold, change the color, and even change the background, right? All the things you can do in the same way which you can do in the other slides, right? So right now I'm going to delete it. So here is some figures which I'm going to use here. So the best thing that you are going to learn here is, for example, I have this figure, and I have also one more, this, right? And one more, this, right? So for example, I want to change the background of this into red and this into white and this into something else, let's say green. So by default the first figure would be in the back, and next would be on the top of that, and the next would be on the top of all of them, right? So for example, you want to keep this behind the circle but in front of this rectangle. So how it would be possible? For example, I have to right click over here and bring to back. So this is gone to back side of everything, but we have needed in front of this rectangle. So we shall click on the rectangle, right click and send back. So this is back to every diagram, and this is in front of everything, and this is in front of this particular rectangle but behind this circle, right? So in this way, according to your need, you can use this specific tool of back and moving back and front, right? Back to front or send to back. So these are the two things that you can use it. One more thing, for example, all these three diagrams you instantly want to move. So for example, I want to move alone, that would be in this way, but I want all of them. So you have to select every diagram, right, in this way. So everything has been selected now. So once you will click, you will try to move, you have the two options, using mouse and using arrow keys. I'm using right now arrow keys. So everything is going to move, right? Or even you can use your mouse in this way, right? So this in this way you can move all those diagrams, right? So these were the few things. And now next is page number. For example, you have needed page number, as you know that every slideshow has should have the slide number, so that other one could able to criticize you or maybe pinpoint you. So we have insert, and here is slide number, and slide number is here, right? Once we shall apply to all, then you can see right bottom of this slide, this is here would be the page number, here is also page number 2, here is also page number 1. So accordingly it would set the page number of every slide. For say example, you have needed some text in footer, and that should be common. So at that time you can use slide number, and here is the footer, and here you can type, for example, www for example, amazing learning, AMAZING, amazing learning, which is the channel name of mine, right? My channel name is amazing learning. Apply to all. So you can see that here is amazing learning, and in this slide amazing learning is also available, and here is also available amazing learning. So this would be throughout the slides, every slide. For say example, I am going to create a new slide, right? New slide. So in that slide you can also see that, and the footer section as well as the page number would remain common to all. So next is smart arts. Before that design, and before that copy paste up and down. So let's see. For example, you have needed this slide down to this third one, so you can also do it. For example, you have needed this twice, so you will do copy, and you have needed it behind under this, so you can paste here, right? So that is over here. For example, you have needed here, you can also keep it by dragging this, right? And now the next thing is smart arts. These are mostly used, and these are most important. Why? Because this would make your presentation more attractive. So here are few diagrams that you can use in your, for example, we have this arrow, right? So you can use it, and you can change the color from here. Here are few patterns that you can use, right? And in order to rotate this, you can use here this way, right? So this circle shows that you can move it, and you can change the size of this, right? So in this way, for example, I have needed the copy of this, you can keep it here. Sorry, actually I want to rotate this, right? So in this way you can do the things. So the next is, actually I was trying to show you the smart art. Smart art means, for example, you want to show a specific thing. Let's say this. So you want to show a few courses, COUR, SES courses, and you can also even keep it bigger. HTML, CSS, JS, jQuery. So all these would be shown here. For example, you want to change the color of all of them, so you can change from here, right? According to your requirement you can change, and you can also change the styles, right? So here are few styles which you can use, right? So according to your requirement you have to use. Next is, for example, I have needed one more this type of circle. So once I click here, I will Control C and Control V, that would be added automatically. One more, that would be automatically added, right? So in this way you can increase, and for say example you have not needed this, you will delete this, automatically that would be adjusted. Yes, in this way, right? Okay, now yes, for say example you want to change the design of your PPT, then you can also do like that. Means some people like this, so this would be applied to every single presentation. Some people like this specific pattern, so everything would have the background like this, right? But for now I am keeping it simple, this, right? So you can change according to your need. Next thing I want to discuss is text. I already taken. Next is insert picture. For say example you have needed few pictures in your, sorry for that, I have actually needed to one more slide, and in that I want to add a picture. So on the desktop I have a picture. So firstly I have to make it smaller, and interesting thing I want to share with you is, for say example you want to change the, yes, in this way. For say example you have needed this particular one more apple you want, but you want that this leaf should be on the left side. So how it would be possible? I have copied this, then paste this, so this is duplicate copy. So I have needed that type of pattern, so I will drag this in the left side, right, in the left side, right side, so you can see that the leaf is on the left side, right? So you can do different things according to your creativity, right? You can also change into this, you can make it circular, right? You can do different things according to your need, right? Yes, in this way. So you can play with all these things, right? You can also give the border to it red, so all the things are okay right now. And one more thing is, for say example you want to crop this, so you can also do like that, right? So finally you will click again, then this image would be cropped. So this is cropped, right? Now next is format background. For say example you want to change the background of the specific slide, you can also do like that. So how it would be, you will go to design and you will go to format background, and again solid, for example solid, and you want to change the white to black, that would become black. For example you want it to red, that would become red. So instead of these things, if you want gradient fill, picture or text texture fills, you can also choose a picture as a background, right? You can pattern fill use. So this is one of the interesting, right? So now this is right now the background, so you can choose different. This is also one of the background, so according to your requirement you can choose these. Now we have to move to the next thing, which is chart, which is really important, right? So for example you have some data in the Excel file and you want to show in the slide, so how it would be possible, right? So at that time you can get the help of chart. So here is the chart. So for example I have this chart and I will click on OK, and you can find out that this is, so this is not needed right now because I have needed only one heading. So for example for say example class A, and this is class B, and this is class C, right? So all those classes are mentioned here, and now I have to enter some students. Class A 20 students, 10 students, 30 student, 25, 26, and in this way you can choose Control C, Control V, Control V, right? So you can change it now. 7, 5, 2, 9, right? And in the column 1 you have to mention, for example, you have to mention here age of 10, age of 12, age of 13, age of 14, right? So this specific chart would show you all the categories, means the age. This was the age, right? Right. So here you can see the chart, class A, class B, and class C, and those who are 10 years old, these are here, and those who are 12-year-old, these are here, 13 years old, 14 years old. So 10 years old, class A, class B, class C students are here, class A, class B, and class C, and 12 years old, class A, class B, class C, 13 and 14. So in this way, and how many students are there, this line, this specific vertical line is going to show you that how many people are there. So in this way you can add the graph in your presentation. So I hope you got the point which I actually trying to understand you. So this was the graph concept, and even you can choose different graph, right? You can also choose the style. Here are few styles which you can use according to your requirement. You can choose any of them, right? This is also the great chart. And change chart type, for say example you want to change this, you can also do like that. You can make it horizontal, you can make it a waterfall, you can make it combo. For say example I'm making it combo. Yes, in this way you can do different things. Pie chart, you can also use this. Yes, class A, class B, and class C, everything would be shown here, right? So in this way you can play with different things, but for now I'm just going to keep it as it is, right? So this was about chart. Next is table, which is also really important. So in the next slide I'm going to show you that how you can add the table, insert table, how many rows and columns you have needed. So yes, this, and now you will find out that here are some designs for the table, right? So this is, for say example, class A, class A, class B, class C, and here you can do the entries, right? So for say example you have not needed, okay, let me fill everything. Right, for say example you have needed one more line, then automatically this would be added once you will click on tab, right? And let's say you have not needed this last row, right? So you have to click and then right click and cut, right? So that automatically deleted. So Yes, of course, there are different things that you can explore here. Yes, you can change the background and everything you can do. So in this way you can add the table into your presentation if you have needed. So the next thing is audio and video. For example, you have needed some audio into your PPT, then you can also add that type of thing, right? Insert, go to audio. For example, I am firstly going for video. So on the desktop I have few videos. So this is video, and once I will play this, how that would be played. For example, I am just playing this specific slide. I think you can. So in this way you can add the video, and similarly you can keep it small, larger, wherever you have needed. For example, you have needed over here in between, you can keep it according to your requirement, right? So let's say I have needed one audio right now. So how I would add, again I will go there, audio, and here is my audio, right? So here is the audio, and once I will play this, so actually this is the same audio. Actually I have converted this video into the audio, because of which both of these are same. Otherwise that is audio format and this is the video format. So now we come to the end, actually transition, sound. So now we are going to add some transitions. So transition means you may have seen this type of transitions. I'm going to add, you will definitely find out everything at the end. So this is the transition. Actually I am doing it fast because the video is going to be too long, so I don't want to make you bored, right? That is the only reason. Other than that, it's okay. Okay, that's it. So now for example we have needed sound. So you can also add some sound from here, right? So now I'm going to play this specific presentation. You can view all those things. So that's the presentation which I made in front of you. I hope that you got every concept which I was trying to explain. So right now I have shown you everything about the presentation. So that's it. In the next video we would be learning about another cool concept. So before ending this video, I request you to support my channel by subscribing it if not subscribed yet. Just subscribe it on clicking at subscribe button right bottom of your screen. Like this video, share this video to your friends. For any query, please feel free to ask below in the comment. I appreciate your feedback if you have any. Have a nice day ahead.